Nobody warned you about this. When your doctor told you that you have prediabetes, they talked about your blood sugar, maybe your weight, maybe your diet. But there is one thing prediabetes does to men that almost no doctor ever mentions, and it is destroying something most men consider fundamental to who they are: your sexual health. Not eventually. Not if it gets worse. Right now. Prediabetes is sending a signal to 3 specific systems in your body that control your testosterone, your blood flow, and your nerve sensitivity, and it is shutting them down. One cell at a time. Welcome to Cellfresco. One belief drives everything we do here. Every cell has a healing food. Today we go inside the male body to show you exactly what prediabetes is doing to your sexual health at the cellular level and the specific foods that send the signals to restore it. Here is what we cover today. First, the issue. 3 cellular systems prediabetes destroys in men. Second, the solution. 3 specific foods each sending one targeted healing signal to one specific system. Third, your daily protocol. And finally, your action plan. Now the story. An erection is not just about desire. It is a precise biological event requiring 3 systems working in perfect coordination. Your blood vessels must dilate and fill. Your testosterone must be at the right level to prime the entire system, and your nerves must send and receive signals without interruption. Prediabetes attacks all 3, simultaneously, silently. Research published in a landmark urology study of 372 men with erectile dysfunction found that 23% of them were diagnosed with prediabetes. Every single one had lower testosterone than men with normal blood sugar. And research published in the journal Fertility and Sterility confirmed that low testosterone and insulin resistance are so deeply linked that low testosterone is now considered a predictor of future diabetes in middle-aged men. This is not a coincidence. This is 3 specific cellular systems being destroyed by the same root cause. Cellular problem 1. The nitric oxide signal is failing. Every erection begins with a single molecule, nitric oxide. When your brain sends an arousal signal, the endothelial cells lining your penile blood vessels release nitric oxide. Nitric oxide tells the smooth muscle cells of your erectile tissue to relax. The arteries dilate, blood rushes in, an erection occurs. But research confirms that insulin resistance causes a dramatic reduction in nitric oxide production. The endothelial cells that line your blood vessels stop producing it efficiently. In patients with insulin resistance, there is increased degradation and decreased synthesis of nitric oxide, which is essential for vasodilation. Without adequate nitric oxide, the smooth muscle cannot relax. The blood cannot fill the erectile tissue, the response is diminished or absent, and this is happening years before blood sugar reaches diabetic levels. Cellular problem 2. The testosterone production axis is being suppressed. Your testosterone does not just appear in your body. It follows a precise hormonal cascade that begins in your brain. Your hypothalamus sends a signal to your pituitary gland, which releases luteinizing hormone, which travels to the Leydig cells in your testes and triggers testosterone production. This is the HPT axis, and prediabetes suppresses it at every single level. Research published in the journal Endocrinology, Diabetes and Metabolism in 2025 confirmed that chronic high blood sugar impairs the entire hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis, leading to functional hypergonadism. Aromatase activity increases in your fat cells, silently converting what little testosterone you produce into estrogen. Sex hormone binding globulin is reduced, meaning even the testosterone that survives cannot reach your cells. And leptin resistance from insulin dysregulation further suppresses the pituitary signal that initiates testosterone release. The result is a systematic, multi-level cellular shutdown of testosterone production that begins at prediabetes and deepens with every year of elevated blood sugar. Cellular problem 3. The nerve signal is being destroyed. Sexual sensation, arousal, and the reflex arc that controls erection all depend on intact nerve fibers. And as prediabetes damages the tiny blood vessels that feed your nerves, those nerve fibers begin to lose their myelin sheath, the protective coating that allows signals to travel efficiently. Research published in major urology journals confirms that both autonomic and peripheral neuropathy contribute directly to erectile dysfunction in pre-diabetic men. The autonomic nerve damage disrupts the involuntary signals that control blood vessel dilation. The peripheral nerve damage reduces sensation. And research confirms that the response to erectile dysfunction medication in pre-diabetic men is significantly lower than in men with normal blood sugar precisely because the nitric oxide pathway and nerve signaling are both compromised. 3 systems, 3 forms of cellular destruction, all driven by the same root cause, and each with one specific food that sends a healing signal directly to the cells of that system. Food 1. Dark chocolate, the nitric oxide restoration signal. Your endothelial cells have lost the ability to produce nitric oxide efficiently, and the single most powerful food for restoring that production is dark chocolate with a minimum of 85% cocoa. Dark chocolate contains flavonols, and flavonols activate an enzyme in your endothelial cells called ENOS, endothelial nitric oxide synthase. This is the exact enzyme responsible for producing nitric oxide in your blood vessel walls. Insulin resistance has been suppressing ENOS activity. Flavonols switch it back on directly. Research has consistently shown that regular dark chocolate consumption measurably improves endothelial function, increases nitric oxide availability, and improves blood flow throughout the body. The same mechanism that flavonols use to protect your coronary arteries is the mechanism that restores blood flow to your erectile tissue. You're not eating chocolate. You are activating ENOS in the endothelial cells of your penile blood vessels, restoring the nitric oxide signal that every erection depends on. 2 squares of 85% dark chocolate every single day. Food 2. Oysters, the testosterone restoration signal. Your testosterone production cascade has been suppressed at multiple cellular levels, and the single most powerful food for restoring the cellular machinery of testosterone production is oysters. Oysters are the richest dietary source of zinc on Earth, and zinc is not just a mineral. It is a critical cofactor for the Leydig cells in your testes, the cells responsible for producing testosterone. Zinc directly supports the enzyme that completes the final step of testosterone synthesis in your Leydig cells. Without adequate zinc, that final step cannot occur. But zinc also does something else critical. It directly inhibits aromatase, the enzyme that has been converting your testosterone into estrogen. Research confirms that zinc supplementation in men with low testosterone and insulin resistance measurably increases testosterone levels. And oysters deliver more bioavailable zinc than any other food on Earth. You are not eating seafood. You are delivering zinc directly to the Leydig cells in your testes to restore testosterone synthesis, while simultaneously blocking the aromatase enzyme that has been quietly converting your testosterone into estrogen. 6 oysters 3 times per week. Food 3. Salmon, the nerve myelin rebuilding signal. Your nerve fibers are losing their myelin sheath. The protective coating that allows arousal signals and sensation to travel efficiently is being stripped away. And the single most powerful food for rebuilding myelin is salmon. Salmon contains DHA, the omega-3 fatty acid that is the primary structural component of myelin. When you eat salmon, DHA incorporates directly into the myelin sheaths of your peripheral nerve fibers, rebuilding the coating that prediabetes has been destroying. Salmon also contains vitamin B12, which is absolutely essential for myelin synthesis. B12 deficiency directly accelerates the stripping of nerve protective coating, and research confirms that adequate B12 from dietary sources significantly slows the progression of diabetic neuropathy. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon also restore blood flow to the tiny vessels that feed your nerve fibers. By reducing inflammation and improving endothelial function, salmon addresses the root cause of nerve damage while providing the building blocks to repair what has already been lost. You are not eating fish. You are rebuilding the myelin sheath of every nerve fiber that carries sensation, arousal, and sexual response in your body. Salmon 3 times per week. Now your daily restoration meal plan. 3 foods, 3 signals every single day, morning. 2 squares of 85% dark chocolate. Start your day by activating ENOS in your endothelial cells. The nitric oxide signal begins before breakfast is finished. Lunch, grilled salmon with steamed vegetables. Your midday myelin rebuilding protocol. D, HA, and B12 working throughout the afternoon to repair the nerve fibers that carry your arousal signals. Dinner, 6 oysters with a squeeze of lemon. Your testosterone restoration protocol. Zinc delivered directly to your Leydig cells. Aromatase blocked. Testosterone synthesis supported overnight while you sleep. 3 foods, eaten every single day, each one sending a specific healing signal to a specific cellular system. What to eliminate immediately? Alcohol directly suppresses testosterone production by damaging Leydig cells and increasing aromatase activity. Processed foods increase the systemic inflammation that suppresses your testosterone axis. Sugar spikes blood sugar, which directly impairs nitric oxide production and nerve function. These are not just unhealthy foods, they are direct anti-signals against every healing mechanism above. Now your action plan. 3 cellular problems, 3 healing foods, 3 signals sent simultaneously. Dark chocolate every day. Activates ENOS in your endothelial cells. Restores nitric oxide, restores blood flow. Oysters 3 times per week. Delivers zinc to your Leydig cells. Restores testosterone synthesis. Blocks aromatase conversion. Salmon 3 times per week. Rebuilds myelin on your nerve fibers. Restores sensation. Restores the arousal signal cascade. Start tomorrow. Dark chocolate after lunch. Salmon for dinner. Oysters this week. The cellular destruction that prediabetes is causing to your sexual health is real. The research confirms it, but the cellular restoration is equally real. And it begins with the food you eat tomorrow. If this video explains something your doctor never told you, please give it a thumbs up right now. It helps more men find this information, and it means everything to this channel. Subscribe to Cellfresco. Every cell has a healing food, and every week we show you exactly which one. In our next video, we go inside the female body to show exactly what prediabetes is doing to female sexual health and the specific foods that send healing signals to restore it. Keep healing, keep thriving.